Welcome back. Janet Accera has been teaching for 32 years and was recognized as the Pinellas County Teacher of the Year in 2005. She brings with her to Forrest Lakes Elementary her passion for math and science every single day.
I lift the spirits of my students every day. That's my goal. When a child walks into my room, I want them to leave happier than they arrived. I want them to learn something, but I want them to feel powerful. I want them to walk out knowing that they did everything they could that day to become a smarter global citizen. My hope is that I'm lifting their spirits so that when they leave, they feel empowered.
As a principal, I really enjoy having a teacher like Janet who I know I can count on. She sets the bar high, and we do at Forrest Lakes, we do strive for excellence in everything we do. She is a good example of that and helps bring recognition to all of us at Forrest Lakes Elementary.
The Presidential Award for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching is given to 2 teachers in each state every year. One teacher receives the award for science teaching, the other for math teaching. I received the award for science teaching in the state of Florida, and basically it's an award from the president acknowledging excellence in what I do in the classroom in science. I was nominated by a dear friend who actually at one time was my intern here at Forrest Lakes Elementary, and she has since gone on to become a professor at Penn State University. She also was a teacher in Pinellas County. I think what makes this award special for me is the fact that it validates my thoughts on how to teach science to children and what needs to be taught. I also have a passion for science, and so this validated what I was doing already and made me feel as if, yes, you're doing a good job. Being a presidential awardee comes with a great deal of responsibility because I see it as a means to an end, my end being that I want to leave something behind, my mark on education as a whole. And so being a presidential awardee, they come back to you and they do ask you to attend a variety of different panel meetings, sometimes sit on committees at both the state and national level. Recently, I actually went to Tallahassee and met with the governor and was able to share my ideas about what science education should look like in both Pinellas County and around our state and possibly the nation, and hoping that as I give my ideas and tell about what teachers are doing, and I like to use the term in the trenches, and the people who are really doing the work should be the ones given the ideas. So this award gives me that opportunity to share my thoughts and the thoughts of others as I collaborate and get their ideas about teaching. I think it's important to remember that children are born with a natural curiosity about the world around them. And science is that conduit that we can all use to make every child successful. So I think that we need to use science as the starting point to bring our young people to school excited, enthusiastic, wanting to learn, and then we can take it from there to integrate all of the other subject matter.
We recently visited the district-wide training for 5th grade teachers at East Lake High School. Here's more with elementary science specialist Julie Poth.
We are here at East Lake High School, where 5th grade teachers are delving into learning experiences which include hands-on science, mathematics, English language arts. One of the sessions all 5th grade teachers participate in today is an English language arts science connection session.
We provided 5th grade teachers 2 flip charts, one that had 3rd and 4th grade benchmarks addressed and one that had 5th grade benchmarks addressed. And we are hoping that teachers will use these flip charts within their science instruction as well as their ELA instruction to enhance the students' learning of the science benchmarks. And sources of energy renewable. Okay?
In this session, they are brainstorming and collaborating on how to take a resource that they're provided that connect ELA and science and collaborate on how to use this resource to support the best student success in the classrooms in both reading and science.
So you all will do pages 9 and 10 in set 2.
Okay.
So with these resources, what was the teacher's reaction to the resource and to the instruction that you provided them today?
They really like the two resources because these two flip charts were personalized for our benchmarks, so anything in there really hit the benchmarks they needed. There wasn't a bunch of fluff in there. And we had the teachers really break it down and look at individual pages in our flip chart. They made posters outlining ideas, suggestions that they could use, and then at the end of our session we had the teachers go on a gallery walk. A lot of them took pictures with their phones to use in the future.
So you are here today at the district-wide training in a session that was called ELA and Science. How do you think that name relates to what you learned today?
It relates to what I learned today because I can take what I've learned and use it during centers, during ELA and during the science thing. I think this actually is an amazing thing that you guys have gotten for us for the entire school year.
Okay, well, the resources with the Newbridge flip charts are very engaging, and how I would use it in the science area first would be in a small group setting where the kids can utilize the flip chart and tie in other resources that the district has provided us. We have Science Source. We might connect to an internet site through Think Central or other connections. We would use the What's the Evidence as well, and then tying it into ELA when students need to cite the evidence for their informational text or articles to defend their answer.
Another part of our district-wide training was to provide the opportunity for teachers to select a session on citizen scientists. This session takes teachers out into the natural environment here at Eastlake High School, where they will be looking for wildlife and birds to actually submit the data of the species that they see to Cornell University. You wouldn't find that at your campus, but do you think there's one deer or more than one deer based on the track?
I'd say one walking through here.
So this is the perfect location to really observe nature. So what have you've seen so far?
We've seen ibis that kids will see everywhere in everyday life, school, home, the parking lots when they go to the store. We saw a red-shouldered hawk, and then saw a snowy egret. We saw some juvenile ibis, which was fun, seeing the differences with that.
See the red around the beak area on these, and see how his is yellow and longer? On the one across the ditch.
Yeah.
That one's an egret.
Oh, okay. So his is a yellow.
So what is the goal for when these teachers leave your session today, and why is that important?
It's important just to get the kids outside. We want them to be able to have resources to come back to refer to show the kids, be able to track things that they've seen, using the different sites, looking for body shapes, the beaks, they're listening to their calls of the different birds, just to make themselves familiar, and then of course just taking it home and being able to, spread it to their everyday life, the students, so that they can continue these things at home.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I think as teachers, we're always trying to find ways to connect our things that we do in the classroom to something that kids can use outside of our classroom every day. And this sounded like, at least when I read the initial description of it, that it sounded like just that type of thing, where I might be able to come in and learn a few tricks to going outside my own door, or my students can do that, and actually using what I teach them in a classroom. So. Well, I think the two things that come to mind for me is that one, that the students can take the information and the practices that we're doing in our classroom and in our experience walking outside of our classroom and take that and apply it at home, and we can continue that same type of thing all year. But I think it also helps me to stretch a little bit in terms of in other subjects where I'm going to try to find the same avenues to reach out to the kids and let them use those same type of things. I hope that I'm building sort of a sense of trust through these types of things, where they see they can use what I'm showing them at home, and so if I ask them to do the same type of thing in another subject area, I might get the same reaction. There might be a sense of trust where they say that, hey, you know what, I bet I can go home, I can use this at my house, or I can use this with my family. So
The cool thing about citizen scientists is these teachers and students will be submitting data to Cornell University, and the researchers at Cornell actually use this data in their research on such topics as global warming. So this is a wonderful way to connect our students with real-world science.
Oh, is it? Yeah. You can see them in flight. Well, they're doing flight training now, aren't they, with the babies? What they do is they can download an app on their phone. They can use just a laptop, iPad. They can go to eBird, and that is just www.ebird.org, and that is through Cornell University, and they maintain that site. But we are actually going on a hike. We're monitoring what we see, we're tracking that, and then we're actually going to put in our data, and that's something that the students can take home and do as well. The teachers can do this back in the classroom, but it's just to reinforce what we're doing and trying to get them to love outside too.
That's our show for today. I'm Laura Spence, and we'll see you next time.